Hi, my name is Hannah and I am from a small country town called Molong, about 6 hours from Newcastle. I grew up there on a farm with my brother and my parents, and I decided to move to Newcastle to study at uni, and I'm currently studying midwifery. Moving out of home was a lot harder than I expected. Being 6 hours from my parents was really hard, especially just being in an entirely different situation. I was in a new city, I knew pretty much no one, and I was really anxious about making friends. I don't live on campus, which made that a lot harder, and I remember so many times just thinking, Hannah, why didn't you take a gap year? And just really second guessing whether or not I'd made the right choice to come to uni. I decided to come to Unichurch because my parents had actually mentioned that HBC was a really well-known and biblically solid church, and I knew Harry Handybow. I grew up with him, I went to church with him, and I knew that he'd landed pretty well in Newcastle, so I called him and I was like, do you want to take me? And here we are. The first time I ever came to Unichurch, I was completely overwhelmed by the amount of people. I'd come from a church of maximum 80 people, and so seeing a group of over 200 people was completely intimidating. But my first impression was probably Grace Carroll in the welcoming t-shirt at the gates of Lambton High, coming up to me, introducing herself and being interested in who I was and what brought me to Unichurch. And I just felt so welcomed, just that someone cared, even when I was just one of the many, many new people. And the Connect series was also amazing because it got me connected with the people at Unichurch who are now my growth group, and just also really outlined what HBC is on about and pushed me to make a decision about whether or not I wanted to call HBC home. Unichurch is like my family now. Joining HBC was possibly the best decision I ever made, and if it wasn't for Unichurch, I would have moved back home. There were so many times last semester that I just thought of packing up and just moving back home because it'd be so much easier than staying. But in that time, I really felt God's people and their support, and without that, and especially without my growth group, I wouldn't have lasted as long as I have here. It didn't matter what kind of week I'd had at uni, what assignments were due, how bad my shift at work was. I knew that on Sunday I got to go to church, and on Tuesday I got to see my growth group, and that got me through each and every week. My advice to anyone new to Unichurch is to get involved. I remember sitting in the Hub car park before the first Connect series, just thinking to myself, it's all right, you don't have to do this, you can just go home. But actually going in was possibly the best decision I made. The people at Unichurch are incredible and they love Jesus, and that's why I love being here.